My colleague Soumya was a little surprised. Her son, Rohan, was acting different. From being someone who procrastinated at every turn and corner, refused to wake up in time to go to school. She had such a job waking him up and getting ready for school. Suddenly she found him waking up early, making his bed, being on time for the school bus. She asked herself, what's going on? Out of curiosity, she decided to visit her son's school, and she found out that Rohan had joined the leadership club, and their first session was all about habits. So of course, Rohan was trying to get in the habit of doing things on time, waking up on time. So that's the power of habits. Once you realize how habits can bring about so much change in our lives, we just become so in alignment with habits. How can we support our teens to have healthy habits? Start early, as early as you can, to develop some good habits in children. One is to stay on task, to complete it, to delay gratification. There was an experiment that was done in a school. Children were given marshmallows, and they were told, or the marshmallows were put on their tables, and they were told to wait for a certain time before eating it. And the teacher left the room. Some of the children could not resist and they ate it, but some others waited. So who do you think would be successful in the long term? Of course, the ones who had the patience to wait, who knew the value of patience. So it is with children that we have to start developing good habits in them as early as possible. It could be simple, like putting their books away after reading it, preparing for the next day, preparing their bags for the next day for school, keeping their clothes ready so that they're able to get ready the next day and go to school. So simple things, managing time, having balanced time, balancing their time, not doing everything for their own personal interests, but having time for study, having time with family. So building that balance is very crucial. How do we do this? By being very good role models ourselves. What do you think a child will learn if the father comes home from work and just sits on his chair and sleeps the whole evening away? What about the mom who's only in the kitchen but has no balance to spend some quality time with the child? So we as parents are also giving our children the example that they need. If we are balanced in our life, if we do everything in a healthy, balanced way, they will also learn balance. So the importance of habits is seen when we encourage a child to develop them early on. There was this girl called Tanya. She wanted to wake up 1 hour early. And how did she do that? She slept earlier. She put the alarm for 5 o'clock. She wrote an affirmation that I will wake up refreshed and energetic at 5 a.m. She shared this with all her friends that I'll be waking up 1 hour earlier to do some reading, to have more me time. So that helped her to develop the habit of waking up 1 hour earlier. So we can encourage our children to also develop good habits appropriate to their age. That will help them in the long run. So habits are anything we do automatically. It doesn't need a forethought, but helps us to make success ours because we do those things automatically. So developing good habits of reading, of spending time in our study, of having nutritious meals, spending time exercising. So all these are good habits that will help us in the long run. So let's encourage children, teenagers, all to develop those good habits, and let us be role models. They see us and they see that we follow good habits. It becomes very easy to emulate the adults around them when they follow good habits. How can we tell a child to keep his table clean when ours is all cluttered? They learn through example. So when we have cleared our table, we can ask them to keep their table neat and tidy. So it's all through example. They learn through seeing what we do, not by hearing what we speak. It's action that has an impact on our children. How are we doing? How are our habits impacting our lives? And that is what the children will also emulate because they see it every day. They see those habits improving our lives, taking us from one level to another, and they will be inspired to adopt them as well.